Assassin's Creed Mirage just got its biggest update yet, and this time it's not just a small patch, not a mission replay toggle, and not a handful of cosmetic tweaks. Ubisoft has officially released Title Update 1.1.0, bringing the Valley of Memory DLC, a full 6 hours of new gameplay, a brand new region to explore, major mechanical upgrades, and dozens of quality of life fixes that reshape the experience from top to bottom. This is a free expansion, not a paid one, and it dives deeper into Basim's past while overhauling core systems like traversal, stealth tools, parkour, combat flow, and mission replayability. So today we're breaking down everything, what the new storyline covers, how the new region plays, the massive gameplay improvements, the new difficulties, the tool upgrades, and why this update might be exactly what Mirage needed to close out the year strong. Let's dive right in. Okay, so let's start with what's actually happening. Title Update 1.1.0 is now live, and it brings one of the most substantial free DLC drops that Ubisoft has released for a stealth-focused AC title in years. Mirage has always been positioned as a return-to-roots experience. Smaller map, tighter missions, classic stealth, more grounded tone. But one of the biggest criticisms since launch was that players wanted more. More activities, more story threads, more reasons to use the parkour systems, and more replayability after the credits rolled. Valley of Memory is Ubisoft's answer to all of that. It adds a full new arc for Basim, a new desert zone built specifically for stealth and exploration, new side content, and a mechanical overhaul that touches nearly every single system in the game. And what makes this update so interesting is that it doesn't feel like a tacked-on bonus. It feels like a genuine extension of Mirage's core identity, tighter, more focused, and more deliberate. And so now let's talk about what this new adventure actually looks like. The heart of the Valley of Memory update is the new story arc. Basim hears a rumor that his long-lost father might still be alive, and that single thread pulls him into a brand new desert region filled with ruins, hidden structures, cliffs, oases, and secret paths woven through ancient stone. This new zone isn't small. It isn't a tiny side courtyard or a single street section. It is a fully built-out region with new objectives, new traversal routes, new contracts, and its own environmental personality. To jump into the DLC, players need to complete the quest Head of the Snake, but Ubisoft lets new players skip ahead right from the main menu. And so that's meaning even if you're early in Mirage, you can start the new content immediately. And the missions in this region use the best parts of Mirage's strength: story-driven stealth, tight parkour, treasures tucked inside ruins, and world activities that push players to explore vertically. 2 early missions set the tone. Stolen Goods tasks you with tracking down stolen maps and confronting robbers. Ode Melodies sends you chasing musical trails across rooftops in a parkour-focused sequence. Both feel like natural extensions of Mirage's identity, focused, clean, and built around movement. And all of this builds towards a deeper story about Basim's origins, motivations, and the mysteries surrounding his family, something that fans of Valhalla and Mirage have always wanted to know more about. And so what does 6 hours of content actually look like? Well, Ubisoft designed this as a real mini expansion. Not a small quest, not a one-off mission, a full arc. The Valley of Memory includes a multi-mission story arc, new contracts, environmental puzzles, parkour challenges, hidden lore, world events, new stealth encounters, and exploration routes built specifically for this region. Mirage has always been smaller than Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla, and intentionally so. But that also meant that the game ended right when many players were getting locked in to the rhythm. This 6-hour expansion gives the game room to stretch, breathe, and build momentum. The world in this desert zone feels tighter and more handcrafted than some of the more open areas of Baghdad. It is built around verticality, choke points, ambushes, and parkour opportunities, almost like Ubisoft studied what players were enjoying most in Mirage and doubled down on those strengths. And so if you enjoyed the stealth-forward mission design of the base game, this new content feels like a direct continuation. But now let's shift into the part of this update that will matter to every player, not just those diving into the story. Title Update 1.1.0 overhauls Mirage's gameplay in a huge way. And for anyone who felt Mirage needed more depth, more nuance, or more control, these changes are massive. First up, we have manual free jump. For the first time, Mirage gives players a dedicated manual jump button. And this changes everything. It makes parkour feel more deliberate, gives you tighter control over movement, and reduces the number of auto parkour moments that pull you in unintended directions. Next up is improved ejects. Side and back ejects have been expanded. Basim can now perform ejects if there isn't a clear landing zone behind him. And so this means fewer moments where the parkour system locks you into a direction that you didn't choose. Next is free mode and safe mode. Two traversal styles were added. Free mode gives you absolute control with fewer assists. Safe mode ensures cleaner, more stable landings with stronger guidance. And so it's the best of both worlds. Hardcore, AC1, or Unity players get their freedom. Casual players get reliable movement. Next is replayable missions do return. One of the biggest additions is the Animus sequences system. You can now replay missions with new challenges and earn Animus mods, which acts as automatic refills for tools and resources. These modifiers only work in Animus sequences and New Game Plus, but they add a challenge-based replay loop that the game has been desperately needing. And speaking of tools, the Tier 3 tools got upgrades, and this is where Ubisoft got creative. Tools now have a third tier, and each upgrade dramatically changes how stealth works. Throwing knives turn explosive, smoke bombs become corrosive and dissolve bodies, blow darts pierce armor, noisemakers puts enemies to sleep, and traps convert guards into temporary allies. And last but not least are the two new difficulties. Mirage now includes the Hardened Assassin, which is a step up from normal, and Ultra Hardened, which pushes enemy aggression and awareness to their limits. And on top of that, the new custom difficulty mode lets players fine-tune enemy health, stealth rules, detection speed, and more. These are game-changing adjustments, and stealth becomes more dynamic, encounters become puzzle-like, and Mirage starts to feel like a full stealth sandbox rather than a simple homage to older titles. And now beyond the big headline features, the update includes dozens of refinements that make Mirage smoother, cleaner, and more modern. First up is combat improvements. You got parry timing, parry hit reactions, enemy flinch animations, light attack impact VFX, the dodge window after parrying fighters, and responsiveness of parry success animations. And now combat won't suddenly feel like Odyssey or Valhalla, and that is a good thing. Mirage is meant to be grounded, but these tweaks make encounters feel more deliberate and readable. And next up is UI improvements that include a fast travel button that lets you jump between Baghdad and the new desert region. Objective icons are clearer, tool upgrade indicators appear on the map, notifications are smaller and less intrusive, and a new codex entry explains defensive combat. So these changes make everyday navigation much easier. And so overall, with all these changes, the game simply just runs cleaner now. And now one of the most interesting things about Mirage is that its identity was both its greatest strength and its biggest criticism. Fans were excited for the return of classic stealth, but many felt that the game could have used a bit more content, a bit more exploration, and a bit more mechanical depth. Valley of Memory accomplishes all of that at once. It doesn't try to turn Mirage into an RPG, it doesn't artificially inflate map size, and it doesn't break the tone or pacing. Instead, it gives Mirage exactly what it needed: more story, more exploration, more traversal, more incentives to revisit missions, more enemy variety, more expressive tools, and more stealth opportunities. And so this update feels like Ubisoft circling back to tighten the experience and give Mirage a satisfying final shape. And so that is everything coming with the Valley of Memory update for Assassin's Creed Mirage. This is not a light patch. It is a full 6-hour expansion with new missions, new exploration, new mechanics, new tools, and the biggest gameplay overhaul that the title has gotten since launch. And so for anyone who enjoyed Mirage but wanted more depth, more content, and more reasons to jump back in, this update feels like a genuine second win.